colorism stories stolen from the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. The colorism stories are faker than this hair. Faker than this hair. I could sit up here and swing the hair around like it's mine all day. I could sit here and even take a comb and comb it out like it's mine all day. I could do all of that. I could do all of that. I could even color it a different color. I could lie to people and tell people, this is my real hair. But at the end of the day, it's fake. It's not the real deal. Okay? It's not the real deal. It's fake. It's a fraud. It's a knockoff. It's not real. So what's the point? The point is easy. And I'm gonna keep this fake ass hair on my head during this entire live, because I need to make sure y'all understand that these fake colorism and darkism stories is faker than this wig I got on my head. Because everybody and their mama know that if I take this wig off my head, my real hair, that's nappy, that's not straight, is gonna be exposed. It's gonna be exposed. And that's why I'm here. The dark-skinned activist, the real dark-skinned activist, is here to talk to y'all and expose the fake stories on colorism, the fake stories on darkism that have all been stolen. Because here's the thing, y'all remember that song? Y'all remember that song that we used to sing back in elementary and high school and middle school about giving them horses back their hair? Giving them horses back their hair. When you see a chick come in with some weave like this, y'all gonna play with this weave because it's fake. It's fake. But sometimes the fake feels so good to us that we like to play around with it. So if y'all see me playing around with my hair, it's a delusion. I'm delusional. It's fake. So I want to pretend that it's mine because it feels so good to have that feeling that it actually belongs to me. But I know that deep in my heart, it actually really doesn't belong to me. It's actually not real, but I'm delusional. So I'm gonna keep playing in it and pretending that it's all mine. And I'm just gonna ignore the fact that it's actually fake. And I'm just gonna ignore the fact that underneath all this, I got, my real nappy. I want to show that. I don't want to show that. I don't want the nappy hair to be seen. I don't want the real to be seen because I don't value the real. I'd rather water down the real. I don't want nobody else to know about the real. There's so many reasons why. Because see, the real is really a pot of gold. The real is really what people really want. But because I don't want nobody to know about the real, I'm gonna keep the fake wig on my hair. Because I don't want nobody to know about Rashida Strober, the real dark-skinned activist who really brought the topic of dark skin to the internet. I don't want people to know. I'm gonna try to cover that up. I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna lie. I ain't gonna say nothing about her. I'm not gonna say I got these ideas from her. Because I don't want nobody to know where I really got this from. I'm gonna pass off the fake as if it's my own. This is what is going on with these fake dark skin, colorism, darkism stories. But eventually, you can't hide the real. You can present the lies and the fakes all you want. And you know what? The fakes, they make a lot of money too. The fakes got a lot of subscribers, some of them. Just know that. These fake wigs, let me tell you something. It's a billion-dollar industry where Black women who want to cover up and hide from what they really got, They rather go and get this. They spend a lot of money. They make a lot of money. Same thing, no different on YouTube. Some of the fakes have a lot of views, okay? And one of the reasons for that, just like in the wig industry, they know how the wig and the weave industry, they know how to market. They know how to get out there and spread the word about, the product that they have and get it out there. So it's the same thing. No different on YouTube. No different. No different on YouTube. A lot of these fake frauds have marketing skills. They already had channels that were already built in before Rashida Strober came on the scene. So they know how to market a lie. They know how to market plagiarism. They know how to market. But eventually, all that's a lie and all that's fake is going to come to the light. No pun intended. All going to come to light. And that's why I'm here, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the architect, the designer of the first platform in history to keep raising my voice loud and clear for the world to hear. I am not going to stop telling the truth about how Black people mocked me and then turned around and copied everything I did. Facts. I am not going to allow this fakery, even though it feels good. The fake feels good sometimes. Feels good because this fake hair feels good. But the truth is always better than a lie. Trust me. And I think the intelligent ones of you out there, you already know this. The intelligent and ethical ones of you out there, you already know this. So for the ones that are not aware, and you say, well, Rashida, what are you talking about? You say, Rashida, what is this live about? Fake colorism stories, all stolen from Rashida Strober. All stolen, just like this weave. This horsehair was stolen. This horsehair, this fake horsehair on my head was stolen. Y'all see, I got my scarf. I got my scarf underneath. The truth is gonna come to light. Okay, so you know what? Ooh, this thing is hot. It's hot. It's hard work trying to keep up the fake, y'all. It's hard work. It's hard work. But let me take you back in time. Let me give you the real for those of you that don't know, and those of you that want to understand what the hell am I talking about when I talk about fake colorism stories all stolen from Rashida. Let's go back. In 1998, well, let's go before 1998. Growing up as a dark-skinned girl, I was always treated differently. And I was trying to understand why. It was always the burning question that I had. Why was I being treated differently than my light-skinned family members? And that really is where dark-skinned activism started. Just trying to figure out and understand the basic question of why is my light-skinned cousin with the good hair getting better treatment than me? Now understand, let me preface this with saying before I continue on with this history of giving y'all the real true history of where the whole entire topic of talking about dark skin, talking about darkism, talking about colorism came from. Now, I just watched a video earlier on YouTube of someone that has obviously, her or her handler has obviously watched the Rashida Strober video and started regurgitating everything I've been saying. So with that being said, I'm not going to be surprised anymore because there's another dark-skinned chick that comes out since I came on the scene that regurgitates and plagiarizes my story. People are using other dark-skinned women to steal and plagiarize my life story. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling y'all this story now, giving y'all the history of where dark-skinned activism came from. These people actually watch my videos, coach these dark-skinned chicks, and they begin regurgitating everything I'm saying. Everything. I see it with my own eyes. And the reason why I know this is because nobody was ever telling these stories before I came on the scene. Nobody. And anybody out there, prove me wrong. Show me a person that was sitting down like how I'm talking, and we can go all the way back to my YouTube videos from years ago where I was telling my dark-skinned stories 5-6 years ago. And now all of a sudden we got all these dark-skinned chicks coming out regurgitating everything I'm saying. Again, fake colorism stories, but y'all getting the real origin story of where the entire topic of talking about dark skin online came from. I'm giving y'all the real today. In the sea of all the fakes, I'm giving y'all the real today. With this fake, ugly ass wig that I got on my head, and it looks like I look a hot mess. I don't even care, because I'm here to prove a point to y'all so that y'all clearly understand where all this fakery and fuckery is coming from. Because that's what it is. A bunch of conjured up fake stories. Instead of giving Rashida Strober the credit, what they rather do is go find a random dark-skinned chick who's trying to promote something, bring her on television, bring her on a blog show, and regurgitate everything that I've already said. I'm not going to let you bitches do that. I'm not going to let you bitches do that without calling it back. So let's go back to where and how did the issue, the topic of talking about colorism, dark skin, and darkism came to YouTube and to social media. Let's go all the way back. In 1998 is when I created the science of dark skin activism. And that simply entails speaking about dark skin in a capacity of different ways, in terms of lectures, in terms of books, in terms of the community's speeches and plays that I would give. It started in 1998, but it really started when I was growing up as a dark-skinned girl. And again, I have told this story. If you go back and look at my videos from years back, I've been saying the same thing. But dark-skinned women are now being used. Instead of giving me the credit, they're using dark-skinned women on other platforms to plagiarize my story. So prior to 1998, growing up as a dark-skinned girl, I was always treated differently from the light-skinned people in my family. And the burning question that I had was why? Why? And that's really the origin of dark skin activism, because as I grew into young adulthood, I continued to look for a person that does what I do in regards to dark skin activism, and it didn't exist. There was no YouTube. I know y'all bitches watching my videos and copying everything I've done, but there was no YouTube back then. It was just Rashida Strober speaking about dark skin from an honest, truthful perspective, sharing my life. So I began to speak to my family members about the dark skin issue. And this was like, again, I want to make sure you understand, way before YouTube, way before social media, way before anybody thought to talk about dark skin as a topic, as a serious topic of discussion. I'm the first person to do this. I started talking to my family members about it, and they didn't want to hear it. I was kicked out of family members' houses. That I was called jealous, all kinds of names. You can see the dark skinned women out here that's faking. You can't go back and regurgitate my story. You can watch me and copy me and read my books and go to my website and look at my interviews. But what you can't do is go back in time and create this real origin story. You will never be the dark skinned activist. Let's be clear about that. You will never be me. So from that vantage point, I started to realize that my family didn't want to hear about it. So what I started to do was I moved out into the larger world, and I said, you know what, I'm going to continue to talk about this. I'm going to continue to look for answers. And in 1998, I had the opportunity at St. Petersburg College, and anybody can go and verify this, to speak. And I chose to speak about dark skin. And at that time, I had seen Alec Weck. This was a couple of months prior to giving the speech, on the cover of a mainstream magazine called Elle Magazine. I still have the cover. Many of you have already saw the cover. I've showed it before multiple times in my different videos. And I decided to speak about dark skin. I used some examples, talked about Alec Weck, and talked about some examples of dark skin discrimination while giving this particular speech / lecture at St. Petersburg College. This was in 1998. And that gave birth to dark skin activism. And then from that point on, I began to develop dark skin activism through lectures, community lectures. No one else has done any of this before. All these dark skinned women now, they're copying me, they're stealing, they're plagiarizing. None of them can say, that's why I said you'll never be me. You can plagiarize me and create fake colorism and dark skin stories all day. You're not the dark skin activist. You didn't create this lane. I don't care what your platform is. I don't care if you got millions of people. I don't care about that. What I care about is the truth. And I'm gonna continue to get this truth out. So from 98 on, I began writing books. Understand, I've written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Only person to do it. Check your facts, all factual. I began writing plays on dark skin. I became the first artist, the first author, and the first social commentator to focus exclusively on talking about dark skin and colorism. Nobody did it before me. You can say they did, but you got to prove it. I have receipts. So I continue to develop the art form and the science. In 2006, I wrote a play called A Dark Skinned Girl. This is 2006, well before anybody talked about dark skin. Anybody. The only other person I've ever given credit to that deserves it is Cola Booth. That's it. Everybody else, frauds, plagiarists, liars, schemers. 2006, I wrote a play called A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story. I wrote a sequel to it in the same year called A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and then created the Dark Skin Activist Tour, where I did these plays, performed these plays, and afterwards had darkism talks in 2006. This precedes Dark Girls. Nobody else was doing this. Nobody. If you say you have been doing it, you're lying. Now, my fatal mistake, because dark-skinned women, and I never talked about this, but I'm gonna talk about y'all ass now. I tried to get dark-skinned women on board because I actually created the Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, the play, to give dark-skinned women work. 6 dark-skinned characters in this play, but they didn't believe in it. But I kept going. I kept promoting it. But my fatal mistake, this is where I made the mistake at, trusting Black people. And I have to say this because y'all are the ones that have stolen from me and betrayed me. In 2009, I brought the first dark skin channel to YouTube, 2009, well before anybody talked about dark skin. Nobody can say or claim any part of what I'm saying. Nobody in the world. I'm the only person that can legitimately say that I created this entire movement. Nobody else could say that. 2009 brought dark skin activism to the internet, YouTube, Facebook. 2014, of course, well, between 2009, I continued to do my plays, and I continued to do the Dark Skin Activist Tour. First person to ever do this. First artist to ever focus on dark skin. No other dark skin person has done this. Nobody. Y'all can try to give credit. Y'all try to give credit to people because they're dark skinned. It's a difference. I am the first person on earth to focus my work only on dark skin. The first artist. No other person can legitimately say that. If you say it, you're lying. You are a fucking liar. I'm here to let you know. So from 2009 up until 2014, I continued to do what I was doing with dark skin activism. Again, nobody talking about dark skin. Dark Girls actually came in 2011 after I'd been already putting in years of work. What Dark Girls was doing, that was nothing new. The only thing is, sometimes when people have celebrities and money behind them, then they can make bigger moves. But that doesn't mean that you originated anything. Bill Duke is a celebrity with money behind him. But the Dark Girls did not come before me. From 98 all the way up until 2009, I had already been doing the Dark Skin Activist Tour already. 2014, after years of putting in work, years of doing lectures, my plays on only dark skin and colorism, first person to ever do this, calling myself the dark skin activist. Nobody ever done that before. Nobody ever even heard of dark skin activists before I created the very phrase. Nobody was doing this. Tommy Sotomayor, and I have to talk about him because it's a part of the history of dark skin activism. And I want people to know the truth. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. This is very important. 2014, Tommy Sotomayor hit me in my inbox on Facebook and said, I want you to come on my show and talk about your dark skin agenda. I didn't know who Tommy Sotomayor was. I went on his show. And that is really what marked people knowing what dark skin activism is online. The Black YouTube and social media masses. It started with Tommy Sotomayor. Again, notice what I said. I had already been doing years of this. I just brought it online. So Tommy Sotomayor contacted me. I still have all the Facebook messages right there. I can go pull it up easily. So from 2014, of course, I'm still doing my dark skin activist work, writing my dark skin books, doing my plays, never stopped. Again, nobody, no TV networks, Love and Hip Hop, BET, none of these people was talking about this. None of them. If they say they were, they're lying. And I have the proof of it. We are honest people know this already. Anybody with intelligence and common sense can simply go do the research and you're going to find out everything I'm saying is the truth. 2015 is when it took off and went viral. Most of y'all that's watching know the story. In 2015, after years of speaking about darkism, which included me having the first internet show on dark skin. The first, nobody else did that. Everybody talking about it now. I'm telling y'all, they're plagiarizing and copying everything I've created. 2015, I put a post on Facebook about Kendrick Lamar going about my dark skin activist business, didn't think nothing of it, went viral to millions. And that's when it really popped off. The Breakfast Club and Charlemagne made me Donkey of the Day. Tons of bloggers wrote about me. It went viral to millions. And that single post talking about colorism and dark skin and black men is what spurred the entire conversation on dark skin colorism online. Facts, indisputable facts. And again, go do your research. You're not gonna win with the dark skin activists based on the facts. If you want to come and lie, you're not gonna win. Go do your research. After 2015, Black women online who had already built channels and who knew how to market, they got wind of Rashida Strober, the dark skin activist. These women had never talked about it. No dark skinned women was talking about colorism. There wasn't no Amara La Negra talking about it. Spice, Love, and Hip Hop wasn't talking about it. Nobody was. Check your facts before 2015. They got wind of what I was doing, and everybody dogged me and called me crazy. Black YouTube dogged the fuck out of me. Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club dogged the fuck out of me, made me Donkey of the Day. But let me tell you what happened. After they dogged me and called me crazy and sent me death threats and did all kinds of nasty shit, Black women began changing their content to talking about colorism and dark skin, all based on my work after 2015. Because the Kendrick Lamar post that I made on Facebook, I had no idea this was going to go viral, went viral. And everybody said, what the hell is a dark skin activist? What the hell is a dark skin activist? What the hell is a dark skin activist? Everybody said that. But then a funny thing happened. Black women on YouTube, even Black men, Angel Ramirez Jordan, one of the people, he inboxed me about 2 to 3 weeks after the Kendrick Lamar post went viral to millions. He wanted a piece of, I guess, my internet celebrity. They all wanted a piece of the action. They couldn't be original. They all called me crazy, but then they started stealing from me. Angel Ramirez Jordan was one of the people that inboxed me and asked me to do projects with him, and he wanted to interview me about my philosophy and opinions on dark skin activism. I let him interview me, and guess what he did? He turned around and created changed up his whole channel to talking about colorism. Okay? The point that I'm making is all these stories that you see, and I just gave y'all a very brief history. I am writing a book to detail my story of how Black people online, after years of hard, authentic work, my life story, this is my real life story that I put in, working from my childhood all the way up into 2015, all them years of hustling and working hard, being in the community. I watched this chick she talked to dark skinned girls, 2019. Where you getting that story from? I've been doing lectures in schools, and I talk about this in my interviews all the time. Even have a lecture that I did on my channel at Lakewood High School talking about darkism. But in 2019, you want to come and tell me that this is what you do? You're lying. These bitches are stealing from me. Every last one of them. Because if they was actually doing this, they'd have a track record. And the thing is, if you're going to do it, tell the truth about where you got the shit from. You ain't get it out your brain because you would have been did this. The problem is, the issue is, this stuff comes from my real life. And I'm telling my story in my book that I've already wrote. It's called Inventing Dark-Skinned Activism, the Rashida Strober story. That's the name of the book. I'm going to release that book. It's coming. Because I always say this, if I drop dead today or tomorrow, I want people to know the real true history of how Black people dogged the fuck out of me. Did all kinds of nasty shit against me. And then Black women, dark-skinned Black women, Black people stole and ripped me off. That story is going to get told to millions. I am the only person with this story. No, here's the thing. These bitches could copy me. They could come on YouTube and go on BET and regurgitate what Rashida Strober been saying for years. Because it's a dark skinned one that does this every couple of months. They had the one girl with the flexing my campaign, whatever it was. That's the made up fraudulent shit. That shit came after me. I'm not in support of that. The flexing my complexion. Where'd you get that story from? After Rashida Strober, 2015, coming out talking about Kendrick Lamar's darkism, and then people getting introduced to me, telling my bullied for a dark skin story. Then all of a sudden, 2 years later, you got a flex in my campaign, being bullied for a dark skinned girl. I can't respect this shit. It's conjured. These stories are conjured up and fake. I am telling y'all this, mark my words. They're conjured up and fake. And that's why in my book, Inventing Dark Skin Activism, I'm dedicating an entire chapter to the Black women, because this is mainly who it is. Some Black men sprinkled in there, because some of these Black women that are doing this, they got handlers, especially in the entertainment industry. You can't tell me people like Amara LaNegra doesn't have handlers. You can't tell me that child with the flex in my campaign don't have handlers in the entertainment. I had one of them on my Facebook friend list. He was watching me for years. The young lady with the flexing my complexion campaign, one of her handlers was actually watching me. I didn't know who he was at the time, but I discovered who he was after going back and forth with him in Facebook messages and talking to somebody else. These people have handlers that have watched me taking my story back and regurgitating it through other dark-skinned women. Y'all are, I am so angry and disgusted by what Black people have done to me. Y'all are my enemy. Anybody that steals and takes from me, you are my enemy. If you plagiarize and rip off work, you're my enemy. How could I be in support and solidarity with people who are ripping me off? It makes no logical sense. Makes no logical sense. Just giving y'all a little bit here of all the fake, conjured up colorism stories, YouTube channels, women doing interviews on TV, people like Amara LaNegra doing interviews using my story, dark skin colorism, as a storyline to get attention. This is what they're doing. Some facts. And I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to expose what has happened to me as the dark-skinned activist, as the woman that took the real hits for speaking on dark skin, and now all of these frauds are benefiting off of my work. I don't want them benefiting off my work. People say, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what y'all got to understand. Y'all got to understand that if you say, well, Rashida, don't you want other people to, at first I did, I will say that. But after I realized that these people didn't care about me and that they only wanted to exploit something that I created from my soul and from my heart, they didn't care. You know, the Black women on YouTube just unscrupulously taking from me. Why should I care about what they benefit from my work? They're benefiting by default. Being able to come onto YouTube and watch my YouTube videos and go and create fraudulent, fake, conjured up colorism stories, you're benefiting by default. Because YouTube, has the AdSense. And if a person has a YouTube channel, you're building an audience based on my work. All of y'all owe me. All of y'all should be paying me. Every last one of them. I don't want, is it fair that a person that has actually created something doesn't get the benefit of what they created while others do? Is that logical? Does that make logical sense? Does that make logical sense? It doesn't. Reasonable thinking people understand that it doesn't make any sense. So no, in the wake of the plagiarism, the thievery, the lies, the manipulation, I don't want any other person to benefit off of what I created other than my immediate family. Because I've been dogged, I've been used, and I've been exploited by my own so-called people. And that's the irony of it. How do you turn around and say, this is crazy? Speaking about dark skin is crazy, but then you go and rip off my work and build an entire channel based off of my work. Or you go and you find a dark skinned chick because she dark skinned and say, go on camera or go on a television show or go on a radio show and start talking about being dark skinned. You disgust me. I am fucking completely and utterly and absolutely disgusted by my own so-called people. You're not my people. You're not. None of you. You're not my people. And I'm speaking to the people that have ripped off and stolen from the world's first and only dark-skinned activists. You're not important to me. You're not even on my radar. I don't care. That's why when some of y'all send me stuff, I look at it and I know it's conjured up. It's fake. It's for a storyline. It's not real. So how can I have feeling or care about something that has been stolen, something that has been created out of fraud? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Now, really quick, for those of you that want to support the real dark-skinned activists, I want to let everybody know and share my screen with you guys. I am going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, coming up on July 4th at the Atlanta PeachTree Road Race. And this is my first marathon. It's a 10K marathon. Make sure you go and make a donation. You can donate on my Facebook fundraiser page. And this is the Facebook fundraiser page right here. Or you can go to my GoFundMe, or you can go to my PayPal. Now, my PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And my GoFundMe can simply be found by Googling it if you want. Or if you want to look at the description box in this link in this video, you can go there and you'll find all the information on where you can make your donation. So now, this is another part that I wouldn't be surprised that some dark-skinned chick goes and tries to plagiarize. They try to steal everything from me. But again, this is authentic. I've been running for years as a part of dark-skinned activism. And anyone that has read my book, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet, that I wrote years and years ago before, and again, I have to keep saying this because people are stealing from me so much. I wrote this book, the first motivational book in the world for dark-skinned people, where I talked about using running and veganism. I'm a long-time vegan, so I guess you're going to steal that too. I mean, certain things, like you actually got to be. Certain things you can't steal from the dark-skinned activists. Like you got to actually go back to 1998 and create dark-skinned activism. You'll never be able to do that. If you're gonna steal being a vegan, you gotta be a vegan for years and years, like I've been, like I've actually really been. You gotta go back and start running in middle school and do it consistently for years and years, like I've actually done. So some of these things, dark-skinned women, it's gonna be very hard and difficult for you to thief and plagiarize from me. Very hard. But again, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But for those of you that want to support, again, you can go ahead to my Facebook fundraiser page. You can go to my GoFundMe, or you can go to my my PayPal, or you can even go. I actually have a pay app on my phone. I actually have that as well. See, what did I do with my phone? I'm looking around for my phone right now. Oh, it's right here. Okay. It's Rashida Lala, I believe. That's what it is. The Cash App. You can go there. So there's a multiplicity of ways that the people that want to support my work, my authentic work that hasn't been stolen from anybody, that I didn't have to go on YouTube and watch, that I actually live this life for real. I actually created this movement. Other Black women are stealing from me. They should be thanking me, because they would have never, they never had the idea to talk about dark skin on TV ever. And I'm so angry and pissed off that I don't get the credit. I'm so angry that other dark skinned women are being used, creating fake dark skin colorism stories when you never even thought about this. I will always be in a rage about this. I'm never going to accept any of these women and what they have to say. The only person I accept is Cola Booth. She's the only one, because I know she came before social media in the era of fraud, and I know that she didn't take from anybody. She's the only person that's reputable to me. I don't dark skinned women. I'm talking to you. I don't respect what you have to say, because you're a fraud. You're lying. You're stealing, you're thieving from my original work. I will never respect you. Understand that clearly. Black women, anybody that's stealing from me and not giving me credit, I don't respect you. I'm not in solidarity with you, and I will never be. To the day I die, never, until I get my just due. So for those of you, once again, that want to support the work of the real world's first dark-skinned activist, the woman that brought the entire topic to the world, not just to the internet, but to the entire world. BET never talked about dark skin. BET, you never had a person on there speaking about dark skin until after Rashida Strober. I like for BET to explain that. I would like to talk to an executive and ask them, why did you bring a dark-skinned woman onto your networks, dark-skinned women onto your networks, speaking about dark skin after Rashida Strober and after I sent you my book, Darkism? Explain that, BET. See, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but I know at the end of the day, I am being ripped off and stolen from. There's certain things that I have sent people, showed people, and they're stealing. In the form of, again, using other dark-skinned women who they would have never, because if BET had the idea, they would have done this back in the day. They didn't. You didn't create talking about dark skin, BET. I don't respect the chick you had on there. I don't respect any of the Black women that come, because y'all are stealing. Y'all are plagiarists. Period. So once again, I want to encourage those of you that believe in my work, that know that I've been stolen from, know that I have been done wrong, know that I have been ripped off, know that I'm a victim of darkism among my own so-called Black people with the intellectual property theft of everything that has taken place since 2015, since the world knew me as the dark-skinned activist. I'm asking those people to support what I'm doing. Those people need to support. Those are the ones that I'm talking to. I'm not talking to the unethical people that will listen to what anybody has to say and don't do the fact checking to see if this stuff is authentic or to see where this stuff is coming from. I'm talking to those people because there's too many of those types of people in the world. We need people that are decent, moral, upright, not about taking, not about stealing. And you know, the irony of it all is the Black woman and the Black man has been the most ripped off and stolen from human beings on the face of the planet. Yet you will be the same ones. You are the same ones now that you have social media that will take and steal and rip off from another dark-skinned person. That's the irony in all of this. You have no shame. You have no moral compass. It's sick and it's sad, and I am utterly disgusted with your fake, conjured up, dark skin stories. Your fake, conjured up, unoriginal, using it for a storyline, not coming from your heart and soul, dark skin stories. It's all fake. It's all a fraud. And you have done nothing but stolen from my work. You don't have to give me credit because I already know it belongs to me anyway. The entire colorism and dark skin lane belongs to me anyway. I don't need you to give me credit. It's mine. I own it because I created it. I created the blueprint. And that's a fact that nobody can ever take away. You can't delete and erase history. They tried to delete and erase the Indians from history. Remember that? But you can't do it because the truth is always going to win. The truth is always going to win. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to what I have to say today. World's first and only dark-skinned activist coming on here, speaking the truth about the fake, conjured up colorism and darkism stories that are out there. If you are in the Atlanta area, I encourage you to come out and be a spectator and watch the race. There's going to be a lot of people there. Obviously, I'm not going to be the only person there. Come out and support. Once again, make a donation to the fundraiser. I would really appreciate any and all donations. Once again, you can go to my Facebook page and make a donation there. You can go to my GoFundMe by Googling Rashida Strober GoFundMe. It'll pop right up. Or you can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And all of the information in terms of where you can donate is going to be found in the description box to this live. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I want to say, make sure you like and share the video. It is Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the creator, the originator, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin, the woman that brought the entire topic of dark skin, colorism, darkism to the world, Rashida Strober. Rashida Strober is the only person in the world to focus exclusively on dark skin and has been doing so since 1998, as demonstrated by a 20-year body of work. Meet the founder and inventor of the first movement in history for dark skin, Rashida Strober, the world's first dark skin activist, founder of dark skin activism, created in 1998.
All right, so I am here with Rashida Strober, finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. We have been on my show twice. Yep. Being unique. Yep. Unique should be logging on soon. And there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview. They can log on and see who is that. See, I can't even see. Because I'm so fun. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back. So thank you, Heather. And so I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a dark-skinned woman's revenge. So in case y'all didn't get an answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.
In 1998, Rashida Strober created dark-skinned activism, the first movement in history to advocate for dark-skinned people, and called herself the dark-skinned activist. Rashida was the first person to introduce the topic of dark-skinned colorism to the world in the form of social media, online, YouTube, and even reaching television. Rashida created the phrases dark skin activist and dark skin activism. Rashida also coined darkism. She is the first person in recorded history to create a movement of this kind. She is the first artist, author, actress, YouTuber, and social commentator to focus her work only on dark skin and has been doing so since 1998. Instead of Black people giving her credit, they mocked her and then used other dark-skinned women to copy and plagiarize her work. These other women have used Rashida's work on television, online, and social media without giving Rashida as so much of an ounce of credit. Rashida has written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Her books can be found at darkskinactivist.com. Rashida has been touring the country since 2006, giving darkism lectures and performances of her play. For bookings, go to darkskinactivist.com, aka colorismactivist.com. Books include A Dark-Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet, the first motivational book for dark-skinned females, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, the book and the play version, and Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. All books can be found at darkskinactivist.com, aka colorismactivist.com. If you are going to plagiarize and rip off Rashida's original ideas and thoughts from her intellectual property, don't buy the book. If you are going to give credit and be honest about where you're getting your ideas about speaking on dark skin from, then by all means, buy the book. Thank you for watching. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the woman who introduced the topic of colorism, dark skin, darkism to the entire world.